some things. We all have our fears. Well, Morton Grove is changing. That's right, it's becoming Fear City. Well, at least a part of it is. And joining us on this program are Jim LaShawn and Chuck Grendis, who are the owners of Fear City Morton Grove, which is going to be an exciting time in our village in the month of October. And we're going to talk about that right now with joining us with your television background. Jim, let's start with you. What is your television background and your entertainment background?
Well, I was a prop master for years. I used to be the prop master at Steppenwolf Theater Company, and then I transitioned into being the set decorator, art director for the Oprah Winfrey Show.
That little thing?
That little thing.
And Chuck, you've had some experience in entertainment as well.
I've owned a set shop in the city of Chicago for the last 15 years. Numerous TV commercials. I've done some movie work, lots of still photography, things like that. Museums, did some stuff for the museum, broadcast communication with Mr. Dumont, and yeah, we've been doing that for a long time.
So this seems like a really good partnership. Where did you guys meet?
We met on a Victoria's Secret commercial about 1.5 years ago when Michael Bay was here doing Transformers. They hired him to do a Victoria's Secret spot, and they just started grabbing crew from everywhere. And Jim was a soft goods stylist, I believe. And
I was the set decorator stylist for the shoot, and I built the set.
he built the set, and we just kind of hooked up and started talking about what we were doing and how we got into it.
He asked if he wanted to do a haunted house, and I think I originally said it was a bad idea. And here we are.
So from bad idea to pretty good idea, I guess. And you didn't just fall into this. I mean, you guys did your research.
We did. We saw probably 20 haunted houses last year. I used to do haunted houses a long time ago when I was in college, and then I hadn't done a haunted house for a really long time. And we thought, well, we have a season of haunted houses to look at, so we saw about 20, and came up with some good ideas. And
saw what worked, saw what didn't work. Got some good ideas. Saw some things that needed to be changed.
And we saw. I mean, we kind of saw where the industry was, and we thought there could be some improvement, and this is what we created.
Just to get into what didn't work, what are some of the things that really don't work?
There's a lot of tired things. There's a lot of, what you won't see in our haunted house is the chainsaw gag and the vampires and that kind of stuff. Just tired things. We wanted to bring something new, something, a little, the city, the seedier side of the city, and how we can make that become a horrific experience without getting killed.
I mean, people, I think, fear the city. And so we thought, what a better, that's how it started with what is scary about the city. And so we took all the things that were scary about the city and played upon them and created rooms based on that. So anything from taking an L ride, that's scary, or going to a clinic, or any of those kind of things, and we just expanded upon that.
In putting something like this together, it takes a lot of coordination. You had to obviously coordinate all the building because you've got 40,000 square feet here, which is pretty amazing. But in addition to that, you had to coordinate with the village itself. How's that been?
The village, has been great. I mean, part of from the beginning, when we were just looking for where we were going to locate our haunted house, we hooked up with the Economic Development Department, John said, and he helped us, gave us some ideas of where was the place to look. Not knowing much about Morton Grove, we didn't know that the Lawnwear building even existed, and let alone that it was so well laid out to accommodate a haunted house. Once we located that building, they laid out the process that it took to get approved, to go before what committees suggested on how we needed to be prepared, make our presentations, just to do everything we needed to keep it moving as quickly as possible because of the tight deadline. So, there was nothing. They just suggested how things should be done and suggested heavily that we were very well prepared, and we made our presentations and moved along rather quickly through each step of that, satisfying their desires. So,
not to put any pressure on you as we take this, we're 9 days away from your opening. Are you looking at that to-do list and wondering if you're going to make it?
We will make it,
Yeah, we'll definitely make
and
it.
we'll make it. We just keep going. I mean, that's what
We're
we
in
have to
pretty
do.
good shape right now.
Yeah.
So,
It's like any other part of a production thing. The deadline comes, so there'll be people running around doing everything.
The show
and
always goes on.
The show goes on.
No matter what, we go live, we make it work.
Open the doors and hopefully people come in.
Now, the month of October is a 31-day month. You're not open every day, though, in the month, are you?
We currently are scheduled to be open 21 days. Our actors have regular jobs. It's hard to be open every day and have somebody work all day, during the day and then come here and scare people at night. So we have a 21-day schedule.
Speaking of that, how many actors are you bringing into
We
this?
have 50 actors.
50? My goodness.
50 actors, we have outside staff, we have security staff. There's, close to 75 to 100 people that will employ.
This would seem like, for only a 1-month run, a very hefty investment.
We've heard that a lot. It is. It's a big investment, but it is
Putting on a show.
Yeah, it's like doing a play. It's like doing a play.
It's like
I
putting
mean,
on a mini Broadway play.
the satisfaction you see when people walk out of there and are talking about how much so and so was scared in what room and that kind of stuff. It's a great feeling, and it's worth that. It's a labor of love, and we're digging what we're doing.
It's sort of what we do.
Yeah.
It's there's not much difference if I was doing this for a theater company or for a national television show. It's the same thing. We're painting the walls, we're lighting the walls, we're having the actors act. It's just on a more personal level, and it's in more growth now.
And the nicest thing for me, other than what we normally do, when we build a set, it's up for 2 days and it goes away. Here, it's up. Hopefully it stays up for a long time, and we keep scaring people here more
Making
to
it
grow.
better.
This would seem like a tremendous investment on your part, not only in terms of the time and the effort and everything, but also the financial aspect of it.
Well, yeah, people would ask, what did Jim do with all that Oprah money? This is it.
So now we know.
Yeah.
What was the biggest challenge that you had in trying to organize this and get it staged?
It's a challenge.
The newer things that presented themselves to us, some of the city requirements, the city codes, those things were a little bit challenging, just because they were so new to us. But other than that, just waiting on approval processes, permits, that kind of thing. Usually when we build stuff, we get a plan, you set it up, you go to a stage, it's up, you do it in 3-4 days, and you go.
Yeah, and it's also the pressure that we know this event can only happen in October. So we knew our opening had to be October 1st, and we close on Halloween. So getting everything ready for that month. We can't run long, nobody's going to want to see it after Halloween.
The opening is October 1st. What are your hours?
Monday through Thursday, we're open on the days that we are open are 7 to 11, and on the weekends, we're open 7 to 12. We have, with this building, with this space, there's tons of free parking just outside the door. The beautiful thing about this building is that we are the only entity in this building that operates past 6 p.m., so there's nobody else around here. We have incredible neighbors that have shared parking with us, shared parking for our employees behind, so that we have
free parking.
Yeah, the free parking is everywhere. It's right outside these doors. So
You can find out more information at fearcitychicago.com.
And your admission price?
a normal admission is $25, and a VIP, which it's really a line jumper, is $35.
You get an extra room.
Yeah, and one extra scare.
You get to go into the VIP peak.
Huh?
Which is just
Yield
over your
is
shoulder, yeah.
Exactly what you see.
All right, well, we're going to take a look around at some of the things that you have here, and we will take a peek at those in just a moment.
Ushering in a new era in haunted attractions from the Chicagoland area, you will board the L train to the dark side of the city, only to be spit out into the mind-bending underbelly.
No escape.
The unexpected awaits in this huge urban nightmare. Do you dare enter the limits of Fear City?
No escape.
FearCityChicago.com, 8240 North Austin Avenue, Morton Grove, Illinois. Check our website for operating hours and to purchase tickets online.
So we've shown you a little bit of what's happening in Fear City. Let's get a little closer look. You know, I'm not a doctor, but I do play one at MTV.
Right.
Is the patient going to survive?
He thinks so?
Yeah, he thinks he's pretty good right now.
Okay.
This is our first patient at the Uptown Clinic here at Fear City. There he is. It's kind of ridiculous. We actually made this at Big City Sets. This is one of the first props we made. I had a prop team come together and people that did the hair and the eyes, and we just bloodied him up yesterday. So he's pretty much ready for Halloween.
Wow. Now, do you have to be licensed to do this particular
Absolutely
procedure?
not. No, this is
Not at Fear City.
not at
though.
Fear City. No, we started with these are his kidneys. You know, they're selling them on the black market here at Fear City.
Not sure what this is.
Actually, that is a piece of foam wrapped in a pair of pantyhose, dipped in
Okay.
blood. But
It looks kind of like my lunch.
it might be, lunch or lungs. You know.
This is our painter, Mark Gardner, that we brought up from Florida. Worked a couple of years at Universal Studios.
Hi, Mark.
On the what? On the
Harry Potter.
on the Harry Potter stuff.
Name's Jose Soto, airbrush artist, working in checking out Fear City, and I love it. It's coming out real nice, and just adding some effects, make it look like it's been vandaled, and that's about it. Enjoy.
Are you the same guy who did my fence in the back when I wasn't looking?
No, definitely, but I know people that are around your area that do like to do your fences.
Obviously, when you've got this many people that you're expecting to come through here, and you've got all these scary things, and it's going to be mostly dark, how do you make sure that people remain safe?
This haunted house is pretty much like nothing anyone's ever seen as far as safety. Our show power is hooked into a kill switch if there is an emergency. Hidden lights, the exit lights that are illuminated now during the run aren't lit during the show. If there's a problem, a button is pushed, security cameras catch it, our in-house security catches it. House lights go up, emergency exits go on, strobe lights go on, exit signs, crash bars on the doors, everything to get people out of the building as quickly as possible. If there's a medical situation, our in-house security on walkie-talkies will call the paramedics on site. We have paramedics here. We have Morton Grove Police Department is right outside the door, helping with the exterior security. It's just a tremendous undertaking to make sure that people are safe, and even our actors are safe, because we've got people watching to make sure that guests treat our actors with respect too. So it's quite an elaborate system that we have installed here.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our journey to Fear City. They open up on October 1st here in Morton Grove. That's it for this version of MGTV. I'm Christopher Michael.
Ushering in a new era in haunted attractions from the Chicagoland area, you will board the L train to the dark side of the city, only to be spit out into the mind-bending underbelly.
No escape.
The unexpected awaits in this huge urban nightmare. Do you dare enter the limits of Fear City?
No escape.
FearCityChicago.com, 8240 North Austin Avenue, Morton Grove, Illinois. Check our website for operating hours and to purchase tickets online.
Escape.
You afraid of anything? You afraid of anything? You afraid of anything? You afraid of anything?